guys, so I have another book haul slash in my mailbox for you. I have about 16 books to show you. 6 of these books I was sent for review, the rest I've bought myself. Like always, I hope I don't drag this video out too long for you guys, but we know how it goes, you know. So here we go. The first book I have is from Quirk, and it's Geek Wisdom, The Sacred Teachings of Nerd Culture, edited by Stephen H. Segal. It's so cool. It's like matte black, and then it has the all the nerdy things are in shiny. So I don't know how well you can make out all the nerdy things, but you have Yoda, you have Homer Simpson, you have the Ghost from Ghostbusters, Pac-Man, Space Invaders. There's lots of little things on here, and I love that when you take the dust jacket off, it's bright yellow and it has geek on it. This is basically a book full of anecdotes about nerds, for nerds, by nerds. So it's got lots of references to Star Wars, The Big Bang Theory, Spider-Man. There's lots of comic book heroes in here, and it's basically like quotes from people and then them analysing the quotes. So for example, there you have like Fly Casual from Han Solo, and then they talk about it and things like that. It's not the sort of book you read, you sit down and read all in one go. You would like pick it up, read a little bit, read something else and come back to it. I think it would be very dry to read it by itself, but I'm really looking forward to getting into this. So there's that. From Penguin, I have Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys. This came out I think on like the 10th of March, but there was a problem getting it to me. It like never arrived, so I haven't been able to review it around the time it came out, which is a bit of a shame. Ruta Sepetys also wrote Between Shades of Grey, which is about Stalin and a young girl trying to contact her father during that time. I haven't had the chance to read it yet, but I have been really looking forward to and wanting to read it. But this is her second novel, and it's about a young girl in New Orleans, and she's known as the prostitute's daughter, but she struggles because she wants a better life for herself. She wants to strive, and I think it's a novel basically of her trying to get out of the life that she's currently in, and avoid the temptations that are around her. Cover is beautiful. I've heard really good things about it, so I hope I can get to it soon. Then from Hodder, I have Monument 14 by Emily Laybourne. I've heard really good things about this. It's about a group of I think it's there's a mixture of ages, but they're all sort of young children, young adults sort of age, and they're basically stuck inside a mall or a superstore while the world outside is ending. All this extreme weather is going on. Sounds really interesting, really good. Looking forward to getting to that. The other books that I have are from Mirror Inc. The first one is an ARC, and it's a debut, and it's Ink by Amanda Sun. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. This is a young adult novel, and it's about a girl named Katie. She's an orphan, and she goes to live with her aunt in Japan, and she meets a boy there, and he seems dangerous, and I think he's an artist, and his drawings are dangerous because they seem to come to life. So it sounds really good. After reading a couple of adult novels set in Japan, I've been dying to read more about it. So a new adult novel set there, not new adult, young adult, there we go. A young adult novel set there, I can't wait. So the cover for this is absolutely beautiful. Really stunning. So if I enjoy this, I will definitely be buying a finished copy of this because it looks and sounds phenomenal. Also from Mirror Inc. is With All My Soul by Rachel Vincent. This is the seventh book in the Soul Screamers, and it's the final book. I've still only read book 1. I did enjoy book 1, I just haven't managed to pick up the rest of the series yet. But yeah, that's that one. Really interesting concept of banshees, which I've not read anything else about, so I did really enjoy the first book in that series. And the last book from Mirror Inc. is the book that if I was physically able to do cartwheels, I would have done cartwheels when this arrived in the post. I'm so excited, I can't even express to you guys. And that is Dare You To by Katie McGarry. Last year, Pushing the Limits was one of my highly anticipated releases. It didn't disappoint me in any way. Absolutely loved that book. I've raved about it enough. So I've been dying for Dare You To be released. I think in the UK, it's coming out in May. If I remember looking on Amazon rightly, it was May. So gonna be getting to this really soon. My only disappointment, this is a US ARC copy, but the UK Finnish copy I don't like as much, even though I'm going to buy it to match to go with my Finnish copy of Pushing the Limits. It's just not, the style is not the same as Pushing the Limits here in the UK. The cover of it is completely different. We're going to have this photo with the other cover wasn't a photo, it was sort of not cartoonish, but it wasn't an actual photo. And we're going to have this picture, but he's going to be in a red shirt, and the font is going to be up here, and it's going to be in red as well, and it looks horrible. Like, this is quite a nice cover, even though it doesn't match Pushing the Limits, it's still a nice cover, but the red text and the red shirt doesn't work at all. I think it clashes far too much. I don't like it, but I do like this ARC copy. Even though I will buy a finished copy, I think I'll probably keep hold of my ARC as well, because I prefer it to the finished cover. Okay, on to the books that I bought. I bought a couple of books from Asda, just on the off chance that they were there, and I didn't understand this. These were in a bundle for £3.50, so I got 2 books for £3.50, which is insane. And were these Immortal City by Scott Spear. This came out last year, and I actually do already own it. Where is it on my shelf? It's there. I already own it, and I read it, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't realise that the sequel, Natural Born Angel, was coming out so soon. So when I saw it, I grabbed it. I just can't understand, like £3.50 for the 2. I would have paid more than that for just this on Amazon. So that was an absolute bargain. So now I have an extra copy of this. I'll probably put it back for a giveaway or give it to someone that hasn't read it or something. I'll keep hold of this for some reason. But yeah, it's a series about angels, and in the first one it's all about basically, if you have money, you can pay the angels for like insurance. They'll save your life, but they don't save people unless you're covered. So it's a whole question of morality, and there was a really sweet romance, and the end was cute. But from what I've read at the back of this, I'm not gonna like where the series goes, because I love Maddie and Jax together, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be easy for them. So I'm gonna have my heart broken, I'm sure, but loved book 1, so I had to get this when I saw it. Also from Asda, they had the paperback of Losing It by Cora Carmack. I'm really sorry if I said that name wrong, I'm not quite sure how to say it. This has been a really popular ebook release. It's a new adult novel, and it's so popular that it's been picked up. I haven't actually read it yet. I didn't download it for my Kindle or anything. There's so many new adult books for the Kindle that it's hard to keep up. I'm doing my best, but when I saw they had it in the paperback, I just grabbed it. And it's about a girl who basically plans to have a one-night stand to lose her virginity, and things don't go to plan when she walks into her class the next morning, and the guy that she left in bed is her English professor. really intrigued to see like how this story plays out, and like it just seems sort of funny. But I'm really excited for this book. I've heard amazing things about it, so when I saw it, I couldn't leave it there. I also bought The Boy Who Sneaks in My Bedroom Window by Kirsty Moseley. This I showed you in my March wrap-up. A friend lent me this book, and I liked it enough that I really wanted to own my own copy because I could see myself rereading it. If I ever had a reading slump, it would be the sort of book you could literally just pick up and read really, really quickly. A bit like Heart on a Chain by Cindy C. Bennett. I pick that up and read it whenever I don't know what to read next. So yeah, I picked that up. And of course, along with everybody else, I had this pre-ordered. It didn't arrive like on the day though. It was really disappointing. And it came out on my birthday, and that is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, the third and final book in the Infernal Devices, or shall we say the third and final book for now, because you never know when she's going to come back to it. This is my favourite cover out of all of the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, all of them. This is my favourite cover. It's absolutely stunning. I've read Clockwork Angel. I am yet to read Clockwork Prince because I hate like the cliffhanger and having to wait a whole year for the next book, because when I started the original Mortal Instruments trilogy, all 3 books were out, so I didn't have to wait for the next book. It was like concluded and that was it. But now that this is out, I may actually get to them a lot quicker. And plus there's a lot of hype around that. It's everywhere. It's all over Goodreads, all over Twitter, all over YouTube. I kind of want to wait until the hype's died down a little bit. Then I bought The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd. I specifically wanted this US hardback edition, and I couldn't find it. The Book Depository didn't have it. Amazon wasn't selling it. I couldn't find it. So I owe Ryan at Ryan Reads Books a huge thank you, because he hunted down a copy from Estella on Amazon, and he sent me the link, and he basically found it for me. So thank you, Ryan, for helping me find it, because the UK cover is just so boring compared to this. Like, I know this is a girl in a dress, but it's just much more gothic looking and it's just stunning, whereas when the UK paperback comes out, it's not going to look anything like this. And this is a retelling, a young adult retelling of The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. It was H.G. Wells. Really looking forward to reading this. It's going to be really gothic. Haven't heard loads about it actually. I know a lot of people wanted it, but I then haven't heard much about it. But looking forward to this. I then also bought Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard. This is one I've had my eye on for a while, and I ummed and ahed over it for a really, really long time. I have heard amazing things about it. People seem to love this. It's a steampunk sort of historical YA zombies in Philadelphia story. Sounds really, really good, and I'm so pleased I finally bought it and didn't wait for the paperback and got the hardback, because the metallic shine on the cover, it's just absolutely stunning. So pleased that I have this. I don't have loads of zombie books. I only have a couple. I only have Warm Bodies and Dearly Departed, but I haven't read them, so I haven't actually read a zombie novel yet. So hopefully this will sort of inspire me to pick up some zombie books finally. I also picked up Catherine by April Lindner. This is a contemporary retelling of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I loved her contemporary retelling of Jane. I thought it was amazing. It's one of my favourite books. I thought she did such a good job of retelling Jane. I bought Catherine because it's not a sequel. It's a companion novel sort of thing. And my only issue is I'm not a big fan of Wuthering Heights. It's not my favourite classic novel. I'm not a fan of it really, but I had to get it to match Jane, and it's basically a mother and daughter telling their story 20 years apart. It's much thinner than I thought it would be, considering it's two people's stories telling it really like concurrently. But it's not. But we shall see. Maybe I'll like this more than Wuthering Heights, because I really did enjoy Jane. So I have that. Then lastly, I bought a book I've wanted for a really long time, and again I wanted this specific cover before it became unavailable, because I was really worried that when I finally got around to getting it, I wouldn't be able to get the hardback that I wanted. So I thought, screw it, I'll just get it. And it's Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear. I'm really sorry if I haven't said that right. This was originally a German trilogy, and they're being translated. Love this cover. It's one of my all-time favourite covers. It's just so stunning. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, I definitely wanted to get this edition, and it's a YA time travel trilogy, and I haven't read much on time travel really. I've read Hourglass by Myron McIntyre. Really loved it, so I'm hoping I'll love this just as much. I haven't heard an awful lot about it. The reviews I have read, people said they haven't found it a very memorable series, but I'm hoping to really enjoy it. And so when this came and I saw how gorgeous it was, I thought I'll just buy the sequel straight away, which is Sapphire Blue. So the cover is just as stunning. They're so beautiful, and they look absolutely brilliant on the shelf together. And I'm really looking forward for the third one coming out, which is Emerald Green. As you all know, green's my favourite colour, so that cover will be stunning. Even if the books aren't that great, I still want those covers, and I will be pleased to have them on my shelf because they're gorgeous. Anyway, that's everything I have for now. There will be another haul soon, because there always is, as we know. So thank you so much for watching, and happy reading, guys.